Hey y'all, what's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? So today we're gonna be talking about Catfish, as we have been doing. I kind of just stopped doing the other shows because, like, I look to see what you guys actually view, what you guys actually like, and this is pretty popular. I may be doing Power coming up soon. The new one when it comes out, I think it comes out either I don't know if it's this month or July. I gotta check, but we go and test the waters and see how y'all like that. But most likely we'll be doing that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So Jeremiah, he's 30. He's a single dad from Ohio, and he's talking to a woman that he met on. I think they said it was either called Meek or Match. I don't know, but it was something with an M. And she's 30 as well. She's from Florida, and she messaged him on a dating app, and then they eventually moved it over to phone numbers so that they can continue to talk or whatever. So she lives in Orlando, and he's planning on going over there to take a trip, he said, as soon as next month. So with his previous girl, the kid's mom, he was with her for about 4 years, and it seemed like she got scared because he's like really into church. He's very religious. I think he said his father's a pastor, so it's like, it's in his roots, it's in his upbringing. He said a lot of people don't really like to talk about it, like it's almost like taboo at this point. Just like people don't like to talk about politics. It's like something that people can either be very passionate and get angry about, or people just are like, no, like just stop. Like, I don't want to hear it. So I guess a lot of people, unless you meet somebody who actually has that within them and, kind of understands you, it's just kind of like something you tend to not want to talk about. And even when his ex had gotten pregnant, people in his church and stuff were like trying to pressure them to get married. So she just was like, you know what, like, we gotta go our separate ways. And he was like, all right. I'm like, damn, like the way he said it is just like, she was like, I don't think we need to be together. And he's just like, all right, no problem. Like, damn, some people won't fight for you. Like, sometimes it's only a test, and then you just be ready to throw it all away. Well, anyway, so he said the first time that they spoke, it was a little weird because she kind of like hung up the phone, and the second time, it was a lot better. They actually had, they actually had a conversation. She does have Snapchat, but she doesn't want a video chat. So, boom, there goes red flag number 1, 2. And she sometimes, like, gets an attitude and doesn't want to talk about it when he tries to bring up, like, actually doing video stuff. So, at this point, it's kind of, getting a little weird. So yeah, he was a little proactive. He said he did like a reverse photo search and stuff like that, but he didn't find anything. So he was kind of feeling a little good about that, but still suspicious. Like, what's up? What's going on? Who are you really? What's up with you not wanting a video chat? So Nev and Kami, they end up doing their search, and there was an odd name that came up to the Cashapp. Like when they checked Cashapp to see if there's any names, it was like some name that was Kevin, and then it was like fakeheer. So it was like fakeheer. Like, all right, that's being weird right now. But try not to dwell too much on that. And then they looked up her Snapchat and found that she had a location that looked like it was in Ohio. So now, it's another weird thing because doesn't she live in Florida? So, and when they looked up like other things like connected to her Facebook, it was like connected to like some older woman, but in Ohio as well. So now everything is just like not really making too much sense. They did ask him if he was able to see her location and to see her stories, but lo and behold, he was blocked from both the stories as well as the location. So, she was playing her cards right. She knew what she was doing. She like, nah, I don't want to mess this up. Like, you could see me. No, she didn't even want him to see her, obviously. So, yeah. So, at this point, he's really getting concerned because he's like, am I falling for, like, a fictional character? Like, what the hell? What's going on? They attempted to call her, left a voicemail, but she didn't pick up. Also sent her a text message just to kind of follow up, because you know nowadays some people will not let me repeat that real quick. Some people will not pick up the phone if they don't know the number. I know many a times I do not, and sometimes when I actually do, then I instantly regret it. Like why did I pick that crap up, you know? So he just says that he says that he knows more than just like, wait, let me see. I kind of lost my train of thought. I just like skipped down in my notes. I was like, wait, what? I'm not even going to edit. I'm just putting this video straight up too. So Nev, he actually had ended up getting a message on Instagram from some dude named Sean. But he was like, when they actually spoke to Sean, when he came on the Zoom, he was being like super vague. He's like, oh, I could just say like I know her like more than just in social media, but she doesn't really want to do all this. She doesn't feel like it's a good idea. So they're like, she's a real person. So now they're looking at his pictures and it kind of seems like, is he the person pretending to be Linda? You know, like it was just getting like super creepy and weird. So now that they knew his name, they looked him up. The same woman was connected to the address that they had found for Linda. And then they seen a picture of his cousin, so they're like, maybe that was the person, because they heard somebody in the background that sounded like a female, and then the whole Zoom call had cut off. So it's just like mad, like weird. So they ended up going to they ended up doing what? They ended up reaching out to Jessica, which was his cousin, to see like, all right, if they can get any insight. And she ends up giving a phone number. So boom, now they call this other person and they speak to the roommate. She's the roommate of Sean. And come to find out, this is actually Linda. But Linda isn't really Linda. That's the stupid part about this. So she says that Sean, he knows everything. He just kind of wanted to help her out, because they were like, are you doing this for Sean? Is Sean the person? Like, that's what it was at this point. Like, no one knows what's going on. So she's like, no, I'm the actual person that's been sending the messages. She said her name is Monica. And she actually created the profile because she wanted to see if her ex was cheating on her. So what better way to do it than to create a profile and see if he'll take the bait? So at that point, it's just like, oh man, like, so you've been lying to me this whole time. So it's like, I don't know, it's definitely a slippery slope, because it could make you feel like, damn, like you lied so well for so long. How do I know that you won't lie to me in the future, you know? And he was definitely a little reluctant to move forward because of that. And she just seemed so nonchalant initially, like, oh, I don't feel like I did anything fictitious. Then they're like, do you know that he got a plane ticket to go to Florida? And she's like, no, I didn't know that. But it's like she just seemed like she didn't care. But then she did say that she wouldn't mind like having a relationship with him and moving forward, because everything that she did tell him was actual, you know, real. It was the truth. And he's like, when they spoke to him like privately, he kind of let them know the same thing he said earlier, which was like, he's not really sure. But Nev kind of convinced him. He was like, you know, you could always grab some coffee, some ice cream, whatever, and just kind of have a chat. You know, you guys are in the same city, well, same, you know, state or whatever. You might as well. At least you don't have to get a plane ticket anymore. Hopefully he was able to get some kind of refund or something, but who knows. So, you know, it kind of makes it a little bit better. And yeah, but Kami brought up a good point as well, because she was like, just remember that she has that Cocoa Puff side where, you know, she's creating fake profiles to test people and stuff like that. So if you guys do get serious, you have to definitely keep that in mind. And he was like, he don't want to like just instantly like forgive her and then she feels like she could walk all over him either. Like he doesn't want to open that door of Pandora's box or whatever. So that was his whole thing, and being kind of like, I don't know. But he did end up, you know, offering after when they all got back on the Zoom call. And it might just be a love connection, you know, because they said that they did end up like talking still every day. So they have that connection continuing to blossom and bloom. And on top of that, for their first date, which I was like, dang, he ended up like letting her see his son. So I'm like, okay, his kid. I think it's a son, right? I don't think I made that up. Yeah, I think it's a son, but his 1 year old. So I'm like, dang, okay, you know, I would definitely make sure that things were good, or you know, that you really want to move forward with this person before putting your child into a mix. But maybe he just feels like this could be the one. So it looks like there was a possible actual love creation, even though it wasn't the person who he initially thought it was. She said most of the things that she said to him were true, and she did like that connection that they had and how she was able to speak freely about God and things like that. So, you know, might just be the one, despite everything. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you have subscribed if you haven't. Turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.